and welcome to Monica's Keto Kitchen. Today we're making carnivore pizza crust using only canned chicken. This brand contains modified food starch and sodium phosphate, so use ground chicken if you want to avoid these. Mozzarella and parmesan cheese, and in the case of one crust, an egg. I'm going to start by roasting some garlic. I want to make two separate crusts to see which is better, egg or no egg. And I want to make two different pizzas, but I can't have the different toppings skewing the results. So I'll need to go half pepperoni, half chicken bacon veggie on each crust. My fiance likes a simple pepperoni, but I've always been a fan of a garlic chicken pizza, so I just want some roasted garlic in the Alfredo sauce I'm going to use later. This will roast in the air fryer for 30 minutes at 365. So for the crust, you'll want to drain each can of chicken really well. I just dump them into a mesh strainer and squeeze the dickens out of them with my bare hands. Next, I grated some mozzarella and gave each mixture 3/4 of a cup. Plus a little bit more since I overestimated. We don't have to be super precise here. Each mixture then got about 1/3 of a cup of parmesan. This time I underestimated. And then we'll put the egg into the mixture on the left. I mixed with my hands to fully break down the chicken into its finest shreds. I then added a couple shakes of salt, a little black pepper, and some oregano, just to make it taste Italian. As usual, just measuring with my heart. After mixing each thoroughly, I spread them out on a parchment-lined baking sheet, taking care to leave enough room for the second crust. I didn't take enough care. I've got some space over here, so I'm gonna fix this so they're more even. This will go into the oven at 425 for 20 minutes while I clean up and prepare for the next phase. And remember, our egg is on the left. After 20 minutes, you'll want to flip your crust over. It's a big part of making sure it dries out effectively. I like to do this by getting a new piece of parchment paper, pulling the crusts off to the side, relining the pan, and then flipping the whole business. Now you can work on peeling off the parchment paper once you find a good spot to get it started. At this point, I can already kind of see a difference. The paper certainly peeled off much more easily from the crust with the egg. I honestly had a heck of a time removing the paper from the one with just chicken and cheese. We'll give this another 5 minutes or so in the oven and get started on our roasted garlic Alfredo sauce. Start with 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter and brown it to deepen the flavor. Wow, that heated up fast. I turned off the burner once it was browned and then added 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. I got overexcited and added the cheese a bit too early. I should have reduced it a tiny bit first, but that's okay. Turn the heat back on to medium-low, and now we can add our roasted garlic. Look at that. We'll just squeeze in 1 bulb, save the rest for other recipes. Simmer for a couple of minutes and mix until smooth. If it seems too thin, you can add a bit more cream, but it will also thicken while it stands. As with the crust, I shake in just a little salt, black pepper, and oregano. Mix it in and set that aside to cool. Now for the fun part, we're making pizza. I've got red sauce, grated cheddar jack, chicken breast, diced tomatoes, pepperoni, sliced zucchini, and bacon bits. I'll flip these guys back over, and I can already tell they're holding their shapes really well. They both seem equally flexible. Maybe the no-egg crust is a tiny bit more rigid. Now I'll make each one half pepperoni and half chicken. Obviously, I have a hard time eyeballing the halfway point, but we'll just ease it on up. Like I said, my fiance likes a simple one-topping pizza, but I like mine complicated and piled high with as much as you can fit on there. One of my favorites back in my real pizza eating days was a gourmet vegetarian from Papa Murphy's, to which I'd add chicken and bacon. This is a bit of an homage to that glorious pie. These will go back into the oven one more time for about 15 minutes or until all the cheese is melted and it starts to brown on the edges. Look at that. Let's slice her up and see what the verdict is. The egg crust is a little droopy, but extremely flexible and foldable, very reminiscent of like a New York style, or what I call a Ninja Turtle pizza. You can see it's a bit crispier around the edges where it browned, so if I had just cooked it longer, I think the whole thing would be like that. If you fold it close to the edges, it breaks instead of folding, but the taste is really good. Very cheesy and kind of bready, and you don't hardly taste the chicken at all. Now the no egg crust. I really expected this to turn out much more crispy, but it's honestly almost exactly the same. Still droopy, still foldable, and also very yummy. Maybe a little tougher or more chewy and less moist and bready. And just like with the eggy crust, it's more firm where it browned and more droopy where it didn't. But both hold their structures very nicely and both are flexible and bendy. I was hoping there would be a huge difference, but I think the real secret is just using adequate cheese. If your chicken crust has ever fallen apart or tasted dry or cardboardy, try adding more cheese before you mess with anything else. I think that's what ultimately gives it this flexibility. And there you have it. Let me know in the comments, are you team egg or no egg?